What if everything you've been told about staying active after the age of 60 is actually doing you more harm than good? For decades, we've been conditioned to believe that walking 10,000 steps a day is the ultimate gold standard for longevity and joint health. But for many, those long strolls through the neighborhood are becoming a source of chronic knee pain, hip inflammation, and exhaustion. What if I told you there is one single movement you can do while sitting in your favorite chair that is more effective at building functional strength, protecting your joints, and boosting your metabolism than a 3-mile walk? Today, we are diving into a breakthrough exercise that surgeons are now calling the hidden key to senior vitality. It's low impact, high reward, and takes less than 10 minutes a day. But before we reveal the move, we have to understand why walking might be failing you. As we age, our joints naturally lose the cushioning that absorbs impact. When you walk, every step sends a shock wave through your ankles, knees, and lower back. If your supporting muscles are not strong enough to handle that force, your cartilage takes the hit. This is where the chair exercise changes everything. By removing the weight-bearing stress of gravity, we can isolate the exact muscles needed to stabilize your frame without the wear and tear. But here's the real question. Why is this specific move considered better than walking? The answer lies in a biological process called sarcopenia, the natural loss of muscle mass as we get older. Walking is a cardiovascular activity, but it does very little to build the explosive strength required to get out of a chair or prevent a fall. This chair exercise targets the most critical muscle group in your lower body with surgical precision. Most people assume that to get fit, you need to be on your feet, but science is proving that resistance and tension are far more valuable than distance. Have you ever wondered why some people in their 80s move with the grace of a person 20 years younger, while others struggle to cross a room? It's not just luck, it's about how they stimulate their nervous system. This chair exercise doesn't just work your muscles, it recalibrates your balance centers. As we move further into this guide, you'll see how a simple change in leg position can activate the deep stabilizers that walking completely ignores. Surgeons are now seeing a massive shift in recovery times for patients who prioritize this isometric movement. But there's a secret catch to this exercise that most people miss, and if you do it wrong, you're leaving 70% of the benefits on the table. We'll cover that specific technique in just a moment. First, let's talk about the metabolic miracle. Many seniors struggle with weight gain despite walking daily. This is because walking is an efficient movement. Your body tries to burn as few calories as possible to get the job done. This chair exercise, however, creates a metabolic demand that forces your body to burn fat long after you've finished. It's about working smarter, not harder. You might be surprised to learn that the quadriceps are the engine of your metabolism. By engaging them in this specific seated way, you're essentially turning on a furnace. Now let's look at the anatomy of the move. It's called the seated isometric extension with a rotational lock. It sounds complicated, but it's incredibly simple once you see it. The magic happens when you hold the leg at a specific angle, which triggers the synovial fluid to lubricate your knee joint from the inside out. It's like an oil change for your body. But wait, there's even more to it than just physical strength. This exercise has a profound effect on your bone density. By creating a controlled pull on the femur and tibia, you're signaling your body to deposit more minerals into the bone. This is something walking simply cannot replicate with the same intensity. Are you ready to learn the exact steps to perform this move? Before we start, make sure you're sitting in a sturdy chair with your back straight. This is not just about the legs, your core must be engaged to protect your spine. The reason this is surgeon-approved is that it eliminates the risk of tripping or falling during the workout. It's the safest way to reach peak physical exertion. Many people find that after just 3 days of this routine, the morning stiffness in their hips begins to vanish. Imagine waking up and stepping out of bed without that familiar ache. That's the power of targeted seated movement. But here's the part that shocks most people. You don't need any equipment. No weights, no bands, just your own body and a bit of focus. The curiosity here is how a small movement can create such a large change. It comes down to the mind-muscle connection. When you walk, your brain is on autopilot. When you perform this chair exercise, your brain is forced to communicate with every single muscle fiber. This neurological engagement is what prevents cognitive decline and improves coordination. We're not just building legs, we're building a sharper mind. As we reach the final phase of this routine, we'll discuss how to integrate this into your daily life. You can do it while watching the news, reading a book, or even waiting for your coffee to brew. There are no excuses left. The transition from a sedentary lifestyle to a vibrant, active one doesn't require a gym membership. It requires 10 square inches of a chair and the willingness to try something different. Surgeons are now seeing that patients who perform this move regularly have a 40% lower risk of requiring knee replacement surgery later in life. That's a staggering statistic that should make everyone over 60 sit up and take notice. The final secret to this exercise is the breathing technique. By syncing your breath with the muscle contraction, you're lowering your cortisol levels and reducing systemic inflammation. It's a holistic approach to aging that treats the body as a complete system. You are now equipped with the knowledge to transform your health from the comfort of your living room. No more painful walks on hard pavement, no more worrying about your joints wearing out. Just one simple, powerful move that gives you back your freedom. Your journey to a stronger, more capable version of yourself starts right now, right where you're sitting. Take the first step by simply lifting your leg and feeling the power return to your body. You deserve to move with ease, and this is the path to getting there. Trust the science, trust your body, and embrace the chair.